All right, so I'm about to head back down to the Florida Pest Management Association meeting. We haven't done one, actually skipped the last two due to COVID, so this is gonna be the first time everybody's getting together in a year and a half. Prior to that, there's always so much to do before you head out of town when you're taking care of customers and things like that. But today, I want to just sort of give you an update on a few different things that I'm working on, and you will see the videos coming out throughout the course of the next 10 days so that you have something super exciting to look forward to. So we're going to go make a few stops at a few different places and work on some projects. I guess we start with first things first. That's really all that's left of the once beautiful, glorious lawn. That's why I'm having so much fun doing all these other lawn projects, so I can actually be on some beautiful grass. I guess it's kind of fun to watch it just totally decay. Whatever. Let me give you some updates around here. So as you can see, work is definitely commencing along here. I want to show you how much topsoil that we're putting down on top of all this rock. Kind of give you a good idea. We're moving between 8 inches and a foot in a lot of places, just to give something to be able to grow in. But the rock walls are coming along, and there'll be a whole video dedicated to the progression of this. But at least you can kind of get an idea of how this is shaping up here and what's going to be happening. So this is one thing, one of many, and I know a lot of people are getting pretty excited to see what I'm going to do back here. And it's coming along. It's just a lot of rock, a lot of slow moving parts, and we're getting there. And it's gonna be awesome when it's done. This is a little something I'm working on as well that you'll probably see a video on here in about the next 4 or 5 days. I'm just waiting for something to come back to my email so that I can make that happen. No, it's not an Easter decoration. That's grass from my once glorious backyard. You'll have to wait and see what that's all about. So I think, as you know, obviously by now, I do a lot over here at Danny's Lawn, which is looking awesome. However, we do have a project that we're going to be doing today because there have been some sprinkler issues that we want to make sure that we get taken care of. So his lawn is looking great, but you can see some localized dry spots just here, over here, a little bit back in the corner, and just a little bit kind of on the edges over here. So all of that's going to be addressed, and we're going to switch out his timer for something new and different that's going to make his life a heck of a lot easier. So you're going to have to stay tuned for that one too. Okay, so I want to give you an update 21 days later on starting this project on this tree so that you guys get an idea of where things are going and the potential slowness but positive direction. So a lot of these just looked like they were just dead, and pushing off these brown needles is pretty cool to see happen when you start getting this new candling growth here, which is pretty fantastic given the short period of time when this was all just brown and dead and dusky like you saw before. Now, a lot of these branches still are showing signs of life, so they're going to fill back in. You can see here kind of where it's happening. And now, usually when I do these, I see the new growth start kind of along the trunk line like this, and then it sort of works its way out the branches and it'll start to move. Now, some point here, this branch is dead and it'll probably need to get trimmed back. So I'll need to cut that one off. There's a couple more in the same boat here, but look here, this looks very dead, but it's holding. See, we're coming in right back here on the back side. This one, not seeing a whole lot happening, but here we're gonna start new growth. And looking back here, all along these branches that look dead, we're starting to see signs of life. Let's go up towards the top and take a look here a little bit higher up. So there's definitely some dead in here that isn't really doing well at all because it's dead. So check this out. That's no good, right? This branch, I think will probably have to go, which is fine. but we moved down to the one below it that also looked like it was in pretty heinous shape. And things are coming to life. So just down the hill behind me here, this is another project lawn that I'm working on. I did my first applications to it about a week ago, and I'm just up here doing a follow-up to see how things are moving. You're gonna have to wait on this one, probably about another 5 weeks or so before we do a final, maybe 6 weeks, but I'm gonna give you just sort of a heads up on what it is. At the end of July, there's going to be a wedding reception back here. So the homeowner, whose brother is getting married, wants this place to be shining, and it had a long way to go. So I came up and started implementing a program, and I'm gonna be just sort of taking it through task for the next little bit. And while I'm not going to give you any close-up images of this today, you're going to have to wait, because this one is going to be absolutely epic. I have to say that this property, this place up here, is one that I am so looking forward to showing you guys over the course of the next 6 weeks. I really would like to have this to where the video finishes with actual images of the reception up here, so that you can see how everything goes. And I'll tell you, where this property is located, and it's a pretty good sized piece of property up on a hill, it pretty much has every weed growing in it. It's got grasses invading it. It's got just all kinds of stuff, because it's kind of up in just a very beautiful area. And let me show you what I mean here. I think one of the things that's going to be the greatest about this particular property, and I will tell you what I did right out of the gate. I treated it with T-zone, I treated it with 1801, I treated it with dethatch, I treated it with humic, I treated it with RGS, and I treated it with aerate. I nailed the thing. And that was 6 days ago. And it is responding so incredibly well. I have the water getting exactly 1.5 inches right now to make sure that it's just staying right in line with where it needs to be. I've got my RPR seed on hand and ready to go. And again, the goal is to do that really right about 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks before the wedding actually takes place. So I'm hoping to do that, I don't know, within the next 2 weeks. Go ahead and get that down so that it has time to just pop and germinate and actually fill in some of those gaps. And the thing is, I don't see this being an absolute like movie star lawn by the time it's done, but I can tell you it is going to be so nice by comparison to how I started on it. Because it was not nice. Not nice at all. So we're moving down to another familiar lawn right now, and it's actually due for an application today. And that's going to be the next video you guys actually see. Well, here we are again, back on Boomer's lawn. So this is the one I got to spray out today, and this is the next video that you're gonna get. We're coming right up on 30 days since the very first application, so this thing is still kicking in. It's growing really well. Everything's been pretty well caught up as far as making sure watering's good and all that kind of stuff. But just tune in, watch this next video that's coming in the next day or two, and you can see exactly where we're at. But for now, I think this is another just awesome transformation. So there's a preview of quite a few things I've got going on right now. Just thought you'd enjoy that, to see kind of all of this different work while I don't have my own lawn. I'm out there working on some other stuff and really putting a lot of the products through the paces and just using things the way that I've always recommended them, but putting them on the lawns that maybe you guys haven't seen before, giving them just a whole new environment to work within. So at this point in time, I gotta start editing videos. I have a whole lot to get through so that I can just be releasing this content. So please make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that notification bell. It'll help as I'm dropping things so you don't miss anything that could be really, there was a bell right there, important to your lawn journey. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.